Before I begin my pre-trip, I'm going to let my examiner know that the keys are in my pocket. As I'm walking up to the truck, I'm going to check the ground for any leaks, such as oil or coolant. I'm going to check that the truck is level. I'm looking for low tires, broken spring, or an unbalanced load. I'm going to check my hood mirrors and mirror mounts, make sure they're secure, not cracked, and all bolts are in place. I'm going to check all my lights, high beams, low beams, left and right turn signals, four-way flashers, and reflectors. I'm going to make sure they are clean and working. I'm going to check my clearance lights, make sure they are amber in color and working. I'm going to check my windshield, that is clean and has no cracks. Now I'm going to raise the hood. I'm going to shout clear while doing this. Then I'm going to walk to the right side of the engine. I'm going to check the coolant level, make sure it is full and not contaminated, and the cap is secure. The reservoir is secure, and there's no missing bolts and no leaks. I'm going to check the hoses for cuts or leaks, and the hose clamps, that they are tight and secure. I'm going to check the exhaust system, make sure the clamps are tight, and there's no soot or rust indicating a leak. I'm going to check all remaining hoses and clamps for leaks, cuts, or dry rot. Then I'm going to check the alternator, make sure it is secure, there's no missing bolts, and no frayed or burnt wires. I'm going to check the alternator belt, make sure there's no cuts, frays, or signs of wear, that the belt is snug at 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch deflection. Then I'm going to check the water pump, make sure it is secure, no loose or missing bolts, and I'm going to say if it's gear or belt driven. If it's belt driven, I'm going to check the belt has no cuts, frays, or signs of wear, and the belt is snug at 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch deflection. Then I'm going to check all hoses from the water pump, make sure they are secure, have no leaks, cuts, or dry rot. Now I'm going to walk to the left side of the engine. I'm going to check the oil fill cap, make sure it is on and secure. Then I'm going to check the oil level, make sure it is full and there's no contaminants. Then I'm going to check the air compressor, make sure it is secure, there's no missing bolts, no leaks, and I'm going to say if it is gear or belt driven. If it is belt driven, I'm going to check the belt for cuts, frays, or signs of wear, and make sure the belt is snug at 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch deflection. Then I'm going to check the hoses to the power steering pump, make sure they are secure, and there's no cuts, leaks, or dry rot. Then I'm going to check the power steering pump, make sure it is secure, there's no missing bolts, no leaks. I'm going to say if it is belt or gear driven. If it is belt driven, I'm going to check the belt for cuts, frays, or signs of wear, and make sure the belt is snug at 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch deflection. Then I'm going to check the steering shaft, make sure it is not bent, there's no cracks or illegal welds. Then I'm going to check the lower and upper U-joints, make sure they are lubricated and there is no excess play. Then I'm going to check the steering box, make sure it is secure, there's no missing bolts or leaks. Then I'm going to check the hoses from the steering box to the pump for leaks, cuts, or dry rot. Then I'm going to check the power steering reservoir, make sure it is secure, full, and not contaminated.